Hi everyone, I'm really excited because today I'm preparing a delicious baked stuffed sweet potato or stuffed baked sweet potato. I love making this. I'm going to be using canned wild salmon and I'm gonna make a sort of a salmon salad. It looks a little bit like what we would usually make a tuna salad. And instead of doing a sandwich with it, I'm going to stuff a sweet potato. So to start, you have to bake your sweet potato in advance. So you can absolutely make a baked sweet potato in the microwave, but I love doing it the traditional way and baking it in the oven. The only thing is, it does take a good 45 minutes. So you have to remember to put your sweet potato in the oven 45 minutes in advance, or you can also bake a bunch of sweet potatoes on the weekend, let's say, and then you have them ready for the week. You can warm them up as you go. And this recipe that I'm making today, you can do it as well with a cold baked potato or a room temperature baked potato. You can even warm it up if that's what you prefer, but our stuffing is definitely cold. So it depends if you enjoy the mix of cold and warm. I actually enjoy it like that. So just to let you know how I made my baked sweet potato, I took a sweet potato and with a knife, I made 8 cuts into the sweet potato. And that's so that the steam comes out and that it bakes all the way to the middle. I then rubbed the sweet potato with a little bit of olive oil, not a lot, just a little bit. And I put it on a parchment paper on a sheet pan. And I then put it in the oven at 425 degrees for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I flipped it around and I left it another 10 to 15 minutes. Because I only made one, I actually used my little oven, my little toaster oven. But if you're making a bunch of them, you can use the big oven. So now that my sweet potato is baked, and now mine is actually pretty warm still, but I'm able to handle it. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make a cut in the middle. I won't go all the way to the bottom because I want it to stay whole. I don't want to cut it in two. And then I'm sort of going to open it here. And now I see a lot of steam coming out of my potato. And that's fine. I'm going to prepare the rest while this is sort of cooling a little bit, because potato, when it's hot, we all know we can burn ourselves. So we do need it to cool a little bit. So I'm going to start by making my salmon salad. So in order to do that, I took a can of 150 grams of wild coho salmon. It's also a PBA-free can so I like the fact that it doesn't have those PBAs. And because I'm making one single portion, I'm going to use only half of this salmon. But if you're making 2 stuffed sweet potatoes, then definitely use the whole can. So I'm going to put half of the salmon in my bowl. And then I'm going to use garlic scape. I usually use green onion, but I didn't have any handy, and it is the season for garlic scapes. They add so much flavor. So feel free to use either one green onion that you chop up very thinly, or one garlic scape that you also chop up very thinly. The garlic scapes are they're all twisted, so they're hard to chop sometimes, but here we are. Those add such a delicious flavor, and I find that garlic scapes, they have that beautiful and delicious garlic flavor, but they don't have the same digestive. If you have a hard time digesting garlic, those garlic scapes are a good alternative. So I'm going to put them into my salmon, and then I'm simply going to put 1 small tablespoon of mayo, and I like to use avocado oil mayo. It's 100% avocado oil. There's no canola oil, so it's a better mayo. I'm going to put this together, and then the other thing that I love adding to my salmon salad is toasted sunflower seeds. So I have approximately half a tablespoon to a full tablespoon of toasted sunflower seeds, and I'm going to put them in the mixture, and I love the crunch that it gives. And the fact that they're toasted, they'll be even crunchier. Okay, so that's ready to go. Then I'm using some pre-cut cabbage salad. Mine is actually kale, cabbage. It's a slaw with different vegetables. Feel free to use any slaw. You can use coleslaw that you pre-buy, but not that doesn't have any dressing, of course, but just pre-cut. I'm going to put half a tablespoon of olive oil, and then I'm going to squeeze the juice of half a lemon in my slaw. I said lemon, I meant lime. Lime goes very, very well with the theme that we have going here with the sweet potato, and then you'll see we'll have avocado. So the lime juice really goes well. I'm using my hands here. They're very clean. So my slaw is ready, and I'm going to prepare some simple guacamole. I'm just going to squeeze out the avocado from half an avocado, even a little bit less, because again, I'm making only one portion here. So we don't want to overdo it, but I love avocado, so I am going to use that full half. Okay, so I'm mashing up my avocado. I'm putting a little bit of salt, a little bit of ground cumin. So I would say maybe 1/4 teaspoon. And again, I'm going to squeeze the juice of half a lime. Maybe not the whole half. Well, these are actually really juicy. So if they're not very juicy, then go with the whole half. But if they're too juicy, just judge as you're doing it. And then I'm going to add some chopped cilantro. So here I have some cilantro that I washed, and I'm going to chop up a little bit of it to put into my quick guacamole. Okay, so let's see, let's mix that. And now I am going to assemble my sweet potato. So it's cooled a little bit, it's still warm, just how I like it. And I am going to put a lot of this, and then don't be shy to really open it up, and some of it's gonna go on the sides, and that's fine. And then I add my salmon. As you can see, it's nice and orange. I really like the wild salmon. So I add it into the potato, and I'm going to top this with my guacamole. Here you have it. A beautiful baked stuffed sweet potato with coleslaw, a lot of lime juice, some beautiful salmon salad topped with some guacamole. You have a complete meal with all that stuff. You're sure to be full, and you're sure to be satisfied. I hope you enjoyed, and I want to say also, please free to customize this recipe. There might be some elements that you want to switch up. It's very forgiving, but do enjoy it. Please make sure to subscribe down below, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye!